The Margaritaville at Sea Islander, an older ship with a big personality.
Today, we'll be discussing the 10 tips and tricks that we gathered while we sailed on our newest happy place, the Islander.
Hi friends, and welcome to this happy place. We recently sailed on the Margaritaville at Sea Islander for the first time, and like we do with every ship that we sail on, today we're going to be giving you our 10 tips and tricks to help you have the best sailing on this ship possible.
Before we get started, make sure you're subscribed. We have a brand new vlog series coming out very soon that you're not going to want to miss. And let us know in the comments down below when you'll be sailing on Islander. We want to hear from you.
Like normal for these videos, let's go over some stats about the ship before we dive into the tips and tricks.
She was originally built as the Costa Atlantica in 2000. It launched with Margaritaville at Sea in June 2024 and holds up to 2,650 passengers across 12 decks. It sails from Port Tampa Bay on 4 to 7 night cruises.
We personally sailed on a 7-night Mexico and Western Caribbean cruise, and if you watched the vlog series, which all of those videos will be linked in the description down below, you'll know that a few days into our sailing, what would become Hurricane Melissa started to form right around Jamaica. So our sailing to Jamaica and Grand Cayman was rerouted, and we ended up going to Belize and Roatan, Honduras. We were traveling with our toddler for the first time, which was an experience, but we still tried to get to as many amenities on the ship that we possibly could.
So with that, let's jump right in. Number one.
You have to be outside on deck when you are sailing under the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. This is for any cruise leaving out of Tampa, but it's kind of like a highlight. And we were kind of stupidly excited to do it, and by we, I mean me. It's a weird, oddly fun sort of thing. There's lots of cheering and camaraderie amongst the guests. It does take about 2 or 3 hours from when you leave the port to get to the bridge.
Which so, we know now. We know now.
You don't have to be outside that whole time. The areas are not going to fill up. But if you are looking for the perfect place to be, we recommend 2. And that's going to be the Landshark Lookout or the Deck 12 Nothing But a Breeze area. That's going to get you as high up as possible and as close to the bridge so you can feel like you're touching it.
Number 2. The A1A is a fantastic spot for a quiet getaway. Lots of comfy seating, big portal windows. It's a walking area, I guess. Yeah. It's just a walkway that goes around the entire theater area on the front of the ship, and it's very secluded. I never saw the area full. It's a great spot to grab a drink, grab a book, and just have some peace and quiet.
If you don't know it's there, it's incredibly easy to miss. So much so that I never personally saw it. I missed it completely, but yeah, from what I saw from the ship tour, looks really nice.
Number 3. Similarly, the Hot 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 Dance Club is another one of those areas that pretty much open all the time, but it's only used at night for the parties and nightclub scene and things like that. There's chairs, tables, 2 different levels. Great place to go and escape, have a little bit of peace and quiet, or let your kids wreak havoc someplace other than your room. Number 4. And speaking of those havoc-wreaking kids, there is a playground on board, but it is on the very, very top deck, and there's no cover. So it gets incredibly hot on those bright and sunny days. So if you're taking your kiddos up there to play, don't let them sit down on the slides and burn all of their skin off. And number 5. Be aware of the hours of operation for all of the dining facilities on board. We are 8 million years old and eat pretty much all of our meals earlier than most people. So the buffet is going to be continental from about 6:30 until 7, so only your cold options. At 7, it will open up along with Mexican Cutie for your hot food selections. Those are gonna close around 10:30, and then there's kind of nothing available. There's a lull.
Yeah.
Definitely a lull.
Until noon, when the buffet and Mexican Cutie and Cheeseburger and Paradise are going to open for lunch. And then the buffet is going to close mid-afternoon and along with Mexican Cutie, and the only included dining option is going to be Cheeseburger in Paradise, and that is open until 6. The buffet then opens at 6 when Cheeseburger in Paradise closes, and that was kind of late for us. We eat dinner at 5, and we had our toddler with us, so we really needed more availability. It's actually one of my biggest complaints was the odd hours of the buffet. Along this line too, the main dining room opens at 5:30, which I think is completely normal. But if you're hungry, get there at 5:30 because if you don't get in with that first wave of guests, you will have to wait.
Number 6. If you're a parrot head, like a real parrot head, or if you want to become a parrot head and learn a little bit more about Jimmy Buffett and everything in the zeitgeist of Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville, his music, there is a Speakeasy Experience on board. It's one of the best kept secrets of this particular ship.
We're not like giving away the ship secrets.
Yeah, this is out there that it exists.
Yeah.
You can go and look at other people's YouTube channels. You're not allowed to film during the experience. I did take part in the experience. It was about $90, I want to say, to sign up per person.
Where did you sign up for it?
At guest services. You could also do it through concierge if you're staying in suite level and you have access to concierge. But it's a fantastic, very personalized, unique experience with a unique drink menu, cocktails you're not going to find anywhere else on the ship, personalized bartending staff making you drinks, and just talking about Jimmy Buffett. They have all kinds of things from his life in this little speakeasy spot on board. And not just from his life, from some very famous musicians in the world who he worked with, whose musical instruments and records and personal things have been donated to this tiny little museum dedicated to Jimmy Buffett and his music. It's really a unique experience, and if you're into that kind of thing, ask about it. Find out how to do it because it's worth it.
Number 7. There are theme nights on board the Islander like there are on a lot of cruise ships. But on the Islander, you're going to have the country western night, and that's going to be the night that the Conky Tonkin at Sea show is. There on our cruise was a Halloween night because it was a Halloween sailing. And then there is their white night, which is the night of their white hot neon party. I think there's also like a Caribbean night too, but that one's, they kind of assume everyone has Caribbean clothes, so it's not as pushed theme-wise. But if you're like me and you like to plan your outfits as the cruise goes along, or you want to know if you're going to stay up later for a party, know that there are TV screens that show the full schedule for the week and when those theme nights are going to fall on. It's kind of hard to find that information before you get on the cruise. I don't know if it's the same for every 7-night sailing, but on day 1, you can go and look at one of those TV screens, one behind the bar on the pool deck, and then there were some in the flip-flop atrium. And they just pop up, show you the full week cruise, the main activities, and what the theme is for those days. So you can plan, oh, it's the White Hot Neon night. I'm going to be up until 2 a.m.
I'm going to be up till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You're going to be sleeping. Number 8. We always like to inform you of where the smoking areas on each ship are. Whether you're a smoker and you want to know, or you're a non-smoker and you want to avoid it, it's important to know. On the Islander, the smoking area is Deck 10, forward, and that's pretty much the only place you can smoke, including the casino, which is kind of a unique thing aboard Margaritaville at Sea Islander. But Deck 10, forward, smoking area.
Number 9. Don't be afraid to ask your stateroom attendant to mess with your thermostat. Our room was freezing cold. And I mean like shivering.
Yeah, shaking.
Multiple times, sometimes in the middle of the day, sometimes at night. Sometimes we'd go and it'd be perfectly fine. It was so cold. We had the thermostat set as high as it would go, and it didn't matter. And then I came back after our trip and was just Googling stuff and saw other people complaining about it and them say, oh, I just asked my stateroom attendant. They have access to other controls for the room that as guests you don't have. And they fixed it and it was fine the rest of the trip. So I don't know why we didn't ask our lovely stateroom attendant. He was wonderful.
Oh yeah.
And I think could have fixed it on day 1. So if you're having issues like that or anything else in your room, just let your stateroom attendant know. They will do anything that they possibly can to make your room more comfortable. And
number 10. If you plan on gambling on board, know that the casino works a little different than you might be used to. You do not use your stateroom card to use any of the gambling machines, slot machines, table, whatever. You have to get a casino card from the cashier desk to use at any of the amenities they have in the casino. And we're not gamblers, so we don't know really how this part of it works. But apparently the loyalty program with Margaritaville at Sea is pretty good.
That's what I read online.
And I heard that from other people
did you?
who were gambling in the casino, people winning cruises and stuff. So look into it. It might be very worth you spending some time and money there if it's the kind of thing where you think, hey, you're going to sail with them again. You can get a free cruise if you spend a certain amount of money in there, and it might be worth it for you.
Bonus. We can't just give you 10. Here's an 11th. Don't miss the entertainment on board. I know we say that about a lot of cruises we go on, but anytime we've been on a Margaritaville at Sea ship, we have been blown away by the entertainment. And of course, that is the main shows in the theater. This is gonna be the aerial performances. You saw some of the comedians. You said they were very funny.
The comedian was very funny. The variety show was great.
There are little pop-up performances that are really easy to miss, but are so fun. The performers they get on these cruise ships are incredible. And this goes for the Paradise too. The Caribbean Heat show, just as good as it was on the Paradise. And it's not just Jimmy Buffett music. Yes, you're gonna hear Jimmy Buffett, but it is so much more than that. And they, I think, put a lot of time into searching for the talent for these cruise ships, and it shows, and we love that about Margaritaville at Sea.
So there you have it. 10 plus 1 tips and tricks for Margaritaville at Sea's Islander. We really love the ship, even though it's a little bit older. It was decorated fabulously. The crew does a great job of keeping the ship feeling laid back and welcoming to everyone.
And it really is, I'm sorry, Margaritaville at Sea has the best crew. They're the best crew we have ever encountered on the many different cruise lines we have sailed with, and we just can't wait to sail with them again.
Beachcomber's coming out in like a year or so.
Oh, it's like a year from when this video goes out.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know.
We hope this video has helped you plan for any upcoming Islander cruises. And if it has, please give it a thumbs up. That helps us know that you like this type of video, and share it with your travel buddies to help them plan for their Islander cruise too.
And as we mentioned, make sure you're subscribed. There are new vlogs right around the corner that you're not going to want to miss. But until then, that's all from this happy place.
Now, go find yours. Bye. Is that to your liking?
Yeah, it's not about me, man. It's about the people. Is it to your liking? It's mostly about the people. Wait, who's not back?
I said welcome back to this happy place instead of just welcome to the happy place. But I'm assuming a lot of people watching this might be watching us for the first time.
This is going to take a while.
Okay, let me try that again.
Are you okay?
Yeah. We don't normally do this in the morning. Behind the bar, up on the pool deck, and then there are some
We always like to inform you of where the smoking areas on ship are. On ship.
Number 9. You can't miss it. It's not hidden.
It smells.